Hello and welcome to part 3 of rebuilding a Rob Roy. Today I'm doing some wheel quartering and you'll also get to see the welded boiler now the side plates are welded on. Here I've just got some 1/2 inch ground silver steel. As you can see, it's a precise fit on the axle box, which is a reamed hole. I'd like to take a moment to recommend the channel of a friend of mine we just recently spoken. His channel's named Chef Rex and he is getting into a lot of locomotive building, and he's also doing some videos on installing a machine DRO, so I highly recommend you go check his channel out. There'll also be a link for his channel at the end of the video and in the description. It was on this series, after making one axle, that I decided to take the rest of the wheels off and re-quarter every single axle. You'll see a running video of it later on in the video, and it's before all the axles were re-quartered, and you'll see how clunky it is and how bad it's pulling the connecting rods about. You'll also see in the video at the end that the axle boxes are a terrible fit and the wheels are moving back and forth quite a lot. At the time it accommodated for the poor quartering, but now that the axles are quartered better, I should be able to tighten everything up nicely. This is the axle I'm aiming to make, just with 2-step diameters on either end, which are going to be a fairly close fit to the wheels. I'll describe the fit later. This lathe here was part of my birthday present a few years ago. I saved up a bunch of money and I just got a little bit extra to help me finish it off, and it's really served me well. It's a small Warco VM180, but I find it seems to do anything up to 6 inches with ease, and I've got it in the low gear, or the belt in on the low gear pulley, and it really does eat through steel easy, so I'd recommend it to anyone who wants to get a small lathe. Maybe one day I'll do a review of it for you all. You can see me messing about with the vernier calipers here. It's just me trying to check for the repeatability. I like to clean them to make sure that when I zero them, they're zeroing on a clean surface. The number I'm writing down here is purely for reference. I can work the tolerances off of that number then. For the end of the axle that has to have a tight press fit into the wheel, I left it about 2 thousandths up. As you can see here, I've already pressed one wheel onto one end of the axle. This end was a tight fit, and the end I'm filing down now is going to be for the particular fit I wanted for quartering the wheels. As you can see, when I put the wheel onto the axle, it's a close fit, it's quite tight, but it allows the wheel to spin still, and this is perfect for wheel quartering. This is my setup I made for wheel quartering with my clamping set. I'll explain it a bit better later. As you can see here, I'm just applying the bond lock onto the axle. This is why I wanted the tight but moving fit, so that it spun around on the axle to allow to quarter, and then as soon as I'd finished quartering I could leave it for a couple of minutes and the bond lock would tighten up and really grab onto the wheel. This way it'll leave it perfectly quartered each and every time in the same spot. This is where the bond lock really started to bite on me. I had to get it up against the stops quick before it was too late. As you can see here, this is the first stop. It's just a set of clamping parts, and I lined it up on the first set of quartered wheels, clamped it down. And the other stop is at this side, and it's simply the piece of angle that I used to put the threaded centre through. And these 2 points, although they're not perfect, it will touch the same every single time, over and over. Although the angle may not be perfectly 90 degrees, if it's 91, 89, it doesn't matter. I've got repeatability throughout all of the wheels, so they should all work together. Please do excuse me arms in the way, it was a bit of a faff getting it out of the jig. This is the awful running video from before it was quartered and the axle boxes were fixed, so hopefully next time you see it run it'll be a hell of a lot better. As you can see, the boiler turned out really well. Used standard steel in the MIG instead of the MIG bronze just to save on some money, and it should be alright. If it's not, I can always grind it back and re-weld it with MIG bronze. That's just a ring for the end of the boiler. As mentioned earlier, here's Chef Rex's channel, so go check him out. Thanks for watching and subscribe for the next video.